Congrats on jackpots. How'd that make the start a weekend?
Yeah. I mean, I've won in Vegas before. It's just the first time on a slot, so it was yeah, good way to start the weekend for sure. It gives me a little room for error there for the next few days.
How's your car?
Not super fast in the short run, but I don't know how much of that is car versus driver. So I think we'll be fine tomorrow. Typically, when these type of racetracks where you got a cool morning practice versus we know the track's going to be hotter tomorrow, an afternoon race, mile and a half. Typically, we get better as the weekend goes. So I feel pretty confident.
Noel is your competitor, but also a teammate. When he wins 3 straight races, how do you balance respecting how hard that is versus I'd really like to stop him winning?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta respect how hard it is. I've never done it, and I can't recall if I was close in the third race that I was contending for. So, yeah, it's really really hard, especially under all circumstances. But yeah, when you got things going your way and you're on top of your game, it seems like basket's 10 foot wide right now for them.
For your team, I think this is 29 races now since your last win. Does it feel like that?
It does. It feels like it's been a really long time. Yeah, it sucks. We lost some speed at the end of last year, and now we're starting to come back to these racetracks where we're going to start to gauge like kind of where we're at as far as this season's concerned. So it feels like an eternity.
Does the Vegas casinos usually treat you well, or was yesterday?
They do. Yeah.
An anomaly?
They make sure I don't pay for rooms in this city.
You need
Where were you at? Where were you playing?
It's just a slot machine called the Buffaloes, I guess.
great. It's a great game.
Yeah,
It's a great game.
I agree.
It's a fun game.
I agree with you.
But
It's a
you
great
said
game.
you never played slots.
No, this is the first time I play slots. My buddy plays them all the time, and he gave up his hot seat for me, and worked out well.
So you won 2 jackpots last night?
Yeah, there was, I guess there's just an end where it's like starts accumulating. So there was a big one right before that one, and then that was the big one.
Then did you walk away, or did you?
Yeah, the great thing about slots is you can't do anything. It freezes you, and somebody's got to come over and pay you. So at that point, it's pretty easy. You just hit cash out.
Did you leave the slot win on the machine, or did you at least
Yeah,
spin
so
it up?
whoever steps up to it, they're not going to like seeing that it just paid out. That I think the tank is empty on that one.
There's been a lot of talk this week about driver approval and how it should be done, and you obviously have brought in drivers from other series, and if NASCAR were to maybe make things a little bit stricter or put in a program, I don't know how quickly you could do that. So I'm curious, where you sit on how strict a process should there be?
I mean, there probably needs to be a stricter process than what it is. I mean, just and I hate this last week the way it played out because I feel bad for Catherine, because I think I told friends, I told Kyle Larson at the drivers meeting, I was like, how impressive is it she's only a second off, in that car, and never running a this type of series like that. That's really 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 impressive. Now again, you get out there, things are different in the race, but it's like I hate it for her, and it's probably not fair to her that she's kind of getting the brunt of all the the scrutiny, but it does open eyes, and it should open eyes to NASCAR. It's like we're not very strict in who gets to run Cup cars, and it should be the most elite series, and you shouldn't be able to just come in and whenever you want, and whether there's a test that gets but then who's paying for that? Is NASCAR paying for it, or is it going to be the teams that's got to pay for this driver to go through a test? I don't know how all this works, but certainly you'd like to see it a little bit more strict than what it is.
You couldn't do it in F1. I don't know if you can do it in IndyCar.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well,
Just
you
the
could,
process.
but you get a month for the Indy.
Yeah, so in Indy there's a testing process. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have testing process. You just have to enter, right? So I mean, it's just come one, come all.
You signed a new sponsor this week with AMPM for a couple races, and then I've been told another announcements are forthcoming. So it's starting to fill up the 11 car.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff coming, and certainly feel very confident in that. JGR's been working hard at getting the races sold, and feel like they made some really good steps here in the near future.
The Vivid EV Anthem is the essence of American spirit. Made with lithium battery technology, this neighborhood electric vehicle features vibrant colors, diamond stitch seats, and seats up to 6. It isn't just made in America, it's made for America.
Trenton Worsham with Frontstretch.com. Come back for more great racing videos. And if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.